Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, guys. Celtic Warband here, and I am back with another how to install video on the channel. This one concerns Rome Total War, so not Rome 2, it's the original Rome Total War, and it's the Narnia Total War that actually was released about 6 months ago, and I installed it, I think, a few days after release and played it a little bit, but then I ended up uninstalling it. So we're going to go along together today and reinstall it as best as I can from memory, and hopefully it's going to help you guys out as well. So the mod, like I said, was released October 18th, 2017, and they've done a pretty good job with it. Lots of nice modelings going on. Now, the file that we want is not the one from 2013. We want this full release 1.0. So if you can either scroll down to this file, or at the very top, you should see a little files icon here, so you can go ahead and click on that. And then this basically brings up both the versions, so we just need the 1.0 release. So you can go ahead and click there, and then just confirm your file size. It's supposed to be 141 megabits, or megabytes, sorry. And then once you click the download now and then you check in your downloads folder, I want to confirm with you guys that that is the correct size. So if you download your Narnia 1.0 and it's like 30 megabytes, or it's like 90, or even if it's 130 megabytes, you're missing some data. So maybe there was an interruption in your internet while it was downloading or something of that nature. So just delete the download and then restart the process by clicking on the download now button once again. But all we have to do is click on the download now here, and then it's going to bring up this little window. It should pop up at the bottom of the screen saying that the Narnia Total War is going to begin downloading. There it is. So you can see that it's already downloading. Yours won't have the parentheses 1 with it like mine is. It's just because I've already downloaded. So I'm going to go ahead and cancel that. Now, if yours is just a little piece of paper and it doesn't have these little 3 books stacked on top, basically what you're lacking is an extraction software. So what I have is WinRare. It's free. I don't have to pay anything for it, and it lasts forever, which is great. So if you don't know how to get WinRare, it's very easy. Just go ahead and open up a new tab and go to Google, and you can type in WinRare free download PC. There it is. So it's WINRAR. And then literally this first one you can do, or the second one here, but basically you just click on it. And once it loads up, my internet's a little slow because I'm actually uploading a video at the same time. But you can just hit this download WinRare button or the WinRare 32-bit. It doesn't really matter. You can have a 64-bit version if you really want, but you don't have to go too crazy into it. But like I said, pretty much any of these links you click on will have the WinRare download for you. And you can see these are other that I've never used, but this is another good choice, a 7-zip, and there's also a WinZip as well. But there is the little book logo there, so that's why once you download WinRare, then you can start extracting your files as such, and it'll automatically link to WinRare when you download your files in the future. And it's a very small download. It's only 19 megabytes. It takes like 5 minutes to download. So if you don't have that, I advise that you get that, because you won't really be able to unpack the files otherwise. So once that finishes, you just have to go into your File Explorer, and for Windows 7, it's probably going to come up in a screen like this, but for Windows 10 users, it just comes up, I think, with the local C, or how does it come up, actually? I didn't even pay attention. Yeah, it just comes up in this like quick access bar. But basically what we're looking for is the downloads. So for Windows 10 users, the downloads is right here. Or if you guys are Windows 7, then it should be up here. But if you click on that, you'll see that you've got your Narnia downloads there. So go ahead and double click it. And it actually dropped onto my other screen, so let me move it over for you guys. So it does pop up saying like, hey, do you want to buy this version? You just have to click no. And if I exit it, it actually should open in this side here for you. And that's just a screen. I didn't want to have any confusion there, but you just literally have to click X. And then what you need to do is hit the extract to button. And then this gets a little bit tricky. So I don't want you guys to go into it too deeply. What I just want you guys to do is just to click on your desktop and put it on your desktop for now. Because if you start to move into all of your drivers and such like that, it has a tendency to get lost, and then it's very frustrating. So just put it on your desktop for now and click OK. And then there it is. It's extracting all of the files. And then once that's finished, we can go ahead and exit that. And you can exit your downloads as well. And you can even exit the ModDB. And here is the folder here, the Narnia folder. So just open it and just confirm that everything is as you see it in here. So you should have the custom data, preferences, presets, saves. This is a little Narnia icon, and then the README file. If you double click on the README file, it's going to open up with some installation instructions. So if something wasn't clear enough for you guys, then feel free to double check this for more info. But they've been pretty detailed on everything that we need to do. But now that we have that, which is good, we need to get to our Rome Total War folder. So it depends on which hard drive you guys actually have it saved on. So I have a few different hard drives here. Mine's actually on the G drive because I don't really play it that often. Most of my, this is a solid state drive, so I have most of my games that I play very frequently on here. So if it is on your main drive, you basically just would have to go to local C, program files 86, and I do all of my installations for Steam, but if it wasn't a Steam, then you should have another folder that would say like Sega Rome 2 Total War. But for ours, it would go again to local C, program files 86, Steam, Steam apps, common, and then it would be right here. You'd see like Rome Total War. But these are my most common games, and my solid state is not very big, so that pretty much takes up all of the space. But we're going to jump back to my G drive. And then I've got it in Steam Games, Steam Apps, Common. And then I've got a lot more games over here. But there's Rome Total War Gold Edition. So go ahead and double click here. And here's where it gets a little tricky. Make sure that everything looks exactly the way it is here. If you have some extra folders, that's fine. But basically, we're concerned with this Miles folder here. We need to add a modding folder in underneath it. So go ahead and just right click and then go to new folder and then name it modding. And then it should sit right there. And then basically when we drag the Narnia folder in, it needs to be one under the modding folder. It can't be in the modding folder. It needs to be sitting just like so. So when we drag it in like this, it's going to load all the files in for us. And boom, there's the Narnia folder right under the modding folder. I don't know why it makes a difference or not. Some of you may already have this modding folder. I don't exactly know what the reason is behind it, but the installation instructions said it needed to be one under this modding folder or it wouldn't work. All right, so now we've got everything good to go. And just make sure that all your files are there for you. So now we have to create a shortcut. And this is going to be a little bit more tricky. So I've actually got the installation instructions up because there are a couple of commands that we need to put in here. So on our Rome Total War executable right here, just make sure it says application. You can't do with this on the shortcut. It has to be the application. Right click and then create shortcut. And then drag this over onto your desktop here. And then right click it and go to properties. And then here in the shortcut, right at the end, just got to read here to make sure what we're doing. This box that says path or target. So we're in the target box. And then we need mod name. And it needs to be after the closing quotes. So I think this is what we have to type here. So we've got dash show underscore ERR space dash NM space dash NE space dash mod colon Narnia with a capital N. And I think that is it. So we can go ahead and apply there. And then there is an option to change the icon, and we can actually browse for one. So if you want to go into browse and then scroll down to wherever it is your folder is, basically we just have to get back to our Narnia folder. So mine's in G, Steam Games, Steam Apps, Common, Rome Total War Gold, Narnia, and then there's the file that we want to kind of change it. So I'm going to open that and click OK and apply and OK. And then there we go. So it's got the little Narnia logo, and you can rename it to Narnia if you wish, just like so. And then what I'm going to do now is, because when I launch Narnia Total War, I have to switch over my recording software, so we'll load it up to the main screen, and then I'll bring it back to you guys, and we can do a custom battle and take a look at the campaign just to make sure everything works. Alright guys, welcome to Narnia Total War. As you can see, we've got our screen set up here, and everything seems to be working. Now, when it first launches up for me, it actually doesn't go to full screen, which is what I wanted it to be. So if that happens for you guys, you just have to go into your options and into your video settings and check show options, and sometimes you can click the widescreen option here, or you can just click the drop-down menus and reset this to the resolution that you require. And mine is 1920 out of 1080. So make sure to do the strategy map resolution and the battle map resolution. If you're wondering why there's no music, I just have it turned off because of copyright. I just am not sure if the Narnia soundtrack is in here, so I've just muted the music and the sounds. I could probably keep the sounds on, actually. That shouldn't be too bad. But if we go back over here and we go into single player, so we've got the Chronicles of Narnia campaign or a custom battle setting. I don't think that this is playable for multiplayer, as far as I know, anyways. But let's just click on the Chronicles of Narnia campaign, and as you can see, there's quite a few factions actually. We got Telmarine, the Wasteland Marauders, Lone Islanders, Kingdom of Coralie, Dwarf States, Unish, Telmar. So there's quite a few factions here, but we'll just select Narnia right now just so you can see that it works, and we'll go ahead and start the campaign. I think that the modders will eventually work out patches and that kind of stuff, but I do notice that it is a little bit laggy. But here we go. Look at that. So we've got our little settlements here, Aslan's Howl. And we've got the army here. It's kind of funny, the units that you can actually recruit as Narnia. Look, we've got like talking badgers, and a diplomat is like our dove and stuff, which is a really cool feature. I really like that. But paved roads, land clearance, barracks, a lot of these buildings are the same, but they do have some special ones like the Shrine of Aslan and the Dwarf Halls and the Dancing Glade. But everything seems to work there. So, can I get a battle? I could probably force a battle with someone, I would imagine. Let's just go... Actually, do we have anyone close by here? Could go in against the Dancing Lawn. So let's just rush over there. And we don't have any mercenaries available for hire, so we'll just quickly run through the end turn. Exit that. Yes, we will take that new general. And let's just jump into this battle very quickly. We should be able to assault it right away, just so you guys can see that the battles work. And fight on the battle map. But yeah, this is kind of a cool and fun mod. I know that a lot of people on ones, and that's totally fine. There are still a lot of mods that are being made and have been made for Rome Total War. And that's really cool too. They have the centaurs in that screen. Let's just go ahead and start deployment. And let's zoom down on these guys. Here we are. We've got the Kingdom of Narnia, Lords of Narnia. So this is the General's bodyguard here. If we start the battle, you can see there's no crashes. There's my General right there on the end. But we can select him and move him forwards. Obviously, I'm not going to play this battle. We actually might not even win this battle, because they've also, looks like they've got some cavalry of their own, forest rebels. The forest rebels are actually like just they look like wolves. That's really cool. And the general's riding a wolf. And then what do they have over here? Just got some basic rebel humans, it looks like. But yeah, hopefully you guys did enjoy the installation video. If you guys do have any issues or questions, comments, concerns, be sure to leave a comment down below. And I'm usually pretty quick on getting back to people. And I hope that you guys enjoy. So yeah, leave a like, comment, and subscribe if you'd like to see more content like this in the future. And I will see you in the next one.